Hello and welcome to the mill. I am your host, Dusty Crane, and a little bit different look right now. Nothing to worry about. It is April Fool's. I'm not going to be like, well, it's time to hang up the mill. Nothing like that. Just have some little house construction getting ready to happen here in the next week or so, and so I got to get this stuff out. We're getting new floors and stuff. So, not that any of you care about that, but I figured there might need to be some explanation for why the game shelf is empty. But what we are talking about is the April 2023 Stonemaier Games e-newsletter. This is the April Fool's edition. So, this is actually going to come out on April Fool's, so you're probably going to see fake board game stories everywhere. There's already been a couple that have popped up, or at least one that's popped up on the Wingspan Facebook group, and that was something to do with some Fox expansion for Wingspan to add more take that and gotcha, and basically, I think the foxes were able to take birds off the board. I'm sure you can figure out what that's kind of imitating there, but that's really not why we're here either. We're talking the e-newsletter, and in true Stonemaier fashion, we have they're real products, but they're April Fool's products. They this year, Jamie decided to take that cat logo for Stonemaier Games that they've used before, which looks like the normal Stonemaier Games logo, except for it has the two cat ears on it, and made it into a t-shirt, and you can get those on the Stonemaier Games e-news shop. Now, unfortunately, by the time I am sharing this news with you, this particular nice aspect of it is over, but that was that 10% of proceeds from everything in the shop, not just the April Fool's products, we're going to go to several cat-based charities. So one of them being the shelter that Jamie got Biddy from, another one being it sounded like just a general cat sanctuary or charity kind of deal, and another one Panthera, or Pantera. I hear Pantera because rock music, but this I'm assuming had to do with panthers, or maybe it's a scientific name for cats. I don't know. In any case, Jamie had a few charities lined up, and the proceeds from all of these sales in the eShop will go to that. And I think that was actually from the e-newsletter on Wednesday to this April 1st. So too late to take advantage of that, but there are, not only is it that Stonemaier Games t-shirt with the cat ears, which will probably stay on sale at least until they run out of stock. These have already been made. It's not a big pre-order, and Jamie said it will probably, once it goes out of stock, it'll stay out of stock. So if you are a cat lover, make sure you check out that t-shirt. It's actually kind of cute, and they replaced the O in Stonemaier, I think, with a cat paw. It's an adorable logo and shirt as far as prank shirts go, if you want to call it that. But not to let that be the only thing that came out in April, Jamie also released three Rolling Realms promos. So not only is there a Rolling Realms promo for Biddy and Walter themselves, which I think is really cool. That particular, and I'm going to put some the art up here, but that particular realm is every time on your turn, and when the dice are rolled, you sum those dice up, and that is assigned to a particular need that the cats, Biddy or Walter, or really any cats would have. So there's just off the top of my head here, I think there's food and toys and sleep, maybe. And so you want to make sure that you are fulfilling those needs of Walter and Biddy, because if not, the way this realm works is that you automatically start by having all 6 of the stars completed. However, if you don't meet those needs, whether it be food, sleep, or toys, if you don't meet those needs, they get grumpy, and you actually will lose a star for every grumpy cat that you still have marked there in the realm. So I thought that was really cool. You got a Walter and Biddy realm. In addition to Walter and Biddy, we're talking cats this month, so there's also a new promo for the Isle of Cats. So that one not being a Stonemaier game, but actually being another title or another manufacturer who or publisher anyway, that wanted their game included. So there's also an Isle of Cats one. That one works very similar to the way the Isle of Cats placement on the ship works, and so you're placing dice on the ship. The third one is actually one that it's not an April Fool's joke, but it was just meta enough that it had to be included this month, and that was the Rolling Realms promo for Mini Golf Solitaire. So the solo mode that was in Rolling Realms, we already have a Rolling Realms promo. Now we have a Rolling Realms solo mode promo, which is that Solitaire, and you're rolling the dice and you're assigning it to different lanes there for the mini golf holes to go ahead and get those. And so 3 new promos there for you on top of the t-shirt, and that is kind of what the new products that were brought this month. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give Karel Taiteka, who you may know from Rolling Realms, you may know from other Stonemaier projects, and if you're on Stonemaier Discord, you certainly know Karel from there. So he went ahead and summarized all of the newsletter bit, and so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to just be looking over here a whole bunch because Carol did such a good job with it. I'm not going to reinvent the horse here. In general, the Stonemaier news that we got out of that progress chart was the fact that we have a new codename More. Now, my gut instinct when I saw codename More was immediately I went to, all right, so this is the first expansion for Expeditions, More Expeditions. However, it did occur to me that we don't really get code names for expansions. This could be a new game. However, this game that just entered the chart is already on the chart with design already finished, development, playtesting, and solo design going on. Now, Karel threw some guesses out there, a living game where we're wanting more every few months, kind of similar to Rolling Realms, right? Are we getting a game which you'll never be satisfied and always be wanting more? One thing that kind of sprung to mind just now talking about More is one of the things I really like about the games I played, Hadrian's Wall, or any game where there's kind of like this cascading effect where you go to this spot and you gain a resource, but now you can use that resource over here, and it just chains and it just goes, and you're getting more and more actions. I really like that kind of thing. So maybe some kind of mechanic there. So Karel also said maybe a new game in the Galecrest world, or a new Red Rising game, or another Smitten-like game where you can play with more than 2. Also a joke of between 3 of something instead of between 2 castles or between 2 cities. As it relates to other titles that are on that list, we got 2 pieces of Tapestry news. One is that this will be the last time that Tapestry expansions are included on the progress chart there, as Tapestry expansion 3 will likely fall off come next month. However, the revised Tapestry civs are still in the works, and those are still not final. Those are likely to be a 2023-2024 product. There's a bit of Wingspan news, which was the fan art cards have been chose, so those are likely to be a 2023-2024 product. The vision-friendly cards are still in production, just like last month. Those are expected this year. And the 3rd printing of the Wingspan nesting box should be here in Q3 2023. And the same goes for Wingspan Asia's 2nd printing. So remember, if you haven't already picked up the Wingspan nesting box, if you don't get a first edition secondhand from someone, it's not going to have Wingspan Asia inside of it. So if you see a Wingspan nesting box and it says it's a 2nd printing or a 3rd printing that will not have Wingspan Asia packed inside, that will be something that you need to pick up separate. That would be the Wingspan news. Expeditions has moved from components to print and assemble. That means the very next step after print and assemble is to get those on boats and get those moved over. That is going to be one of 2 full titles that are released by Stonemaier this year. Usually they do, 2 full games, 2 expansions. and it's looking like this year we have some promos from Rolling Realms. The expansion is going to be Tapestry, and Expeditions will be a full release. And Codename Hive is another one that has made a lot of progress lately. And in fact, Codename Hive, I believe, I do not know, but just in the honor of transparency, I believe I did proofreading on that last weekend, or this week. My girls, my wife and my daughters were on spring break last year. Oh my goodness, I am falling apart here. This last week, and so like the days have blurred together, but they're home now, and I'm glad to have them home. Let's see here. Generally, Codename Hive, yes, that was mentioned in just general Stonemaier news. That's headed into pre-production. That one is going to be the other one that's going to be a 2023 title. And so, yeah, the Codename Crow, the art has finished. Development, playtesting, and solo design are still in progress. And then finally, no progress changes for Fire, Keep, Wild, Lost, or Bone. And so that is what we had in this month's Stonemaier Games e-newsletter. So of all of that stuff, what are you most excited about? Is it the t-shirt that, if you're a cat lover, this is almost certainly you can't let this one pass by without getting a shirt if you're able. Are you excited about more Rolling Realms promos? I got these coming too. I got to keep my collection up to date. I do kind of wonder if, like, don't get me wrong, Rolling Realms, I love the game. I do wonder if there is a point at which it becomes so saturated and that all these cards don't fit in the Rolling Realms box, and you got to pull that insert out. And I'm trying to remember if I already pulled mine out, and I can't very well check right now because that is packed up, and I just kept a few Stonemaier games out to do this video. And yeah, so I'm really curious about any of these new products or any of this new progress, what you're most excited about. I cannot wait to get my hands on Expeditions. I've always talked that, how much I've loved Scythe and really loved that world of 1920 plus that Jakob put together. And so I am just terribly excited about Expeditions and those giant mechs. I cannot wait. And so that's still probably the highlight for mine, although I gotta tell you, I really do like the Biddy and Walter realm for Rolling Realms. That's very cool. I'm excited to get those. My order was shipped, or at least it was received on Monday. But even right now, as I film this, which is Friday the 31st, I know people that have already received their shipments. And so things are moving pretty well here with this new shipping company, that their fulfillment company that Stonemaier is using. So far so good, I would imagine. So yeah, that's all I have for you this week. I was excited to get back in front of a camera and talk to you guys for a little bit. And hopefully the video quality of everything isn't too awful, given the fact that I'm working with less lights than usual. But I mean, everything else should be okay. In any case, yeah, that's all I got for you. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Thanks for watching.